Hello and welcome back to another 3D Buzz training video. In this video we will be reapproaching our AT-AT-like vehicle that we are going to eventually be getting over into Unreal Tournament 3. Now it has been a while since I have worked on this model, so if I'm a little bit rusty in the world of 3ds Max, it's only because I've been working in Maya non-stop for about the past 3 weeks. So I hope you'll forgive me. But I do have a special treat for you this evening. With me is my very good friend, Mr. Ben Watt.
Hi, Zach.
Hi, Ben. He sounds so excited to be here, doesn't he?
I'm very excited to be here. I've never obviously done this before, but it's fine. I can do it. I can sit here and not say much.
Well, you can say whatever you want. You can be as chatty as you like.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Ben is not really a very chatty person. Not like it's real easy to get a word in edgewise when I'm talking anyway. Exactly. I'll just keep cutting you off and override you and just keep right on talking. I can't help it. Anyways, back to the model here. So this is where we left off. And here's a picture of our the vehicle we're building. So we got this area pretty much done on the last video, this kind of sidewall panel. I figure tonight we will start working on this front panel. If we have some time, we'll shift back over here to the back panel, but we'll just see how it goes. So the first thing is I notice we've still got this shell modifier on here, adding some thickness that I don't think we need and I think is really just going to get in the way for the time being. So I'm going to nuke the shell modifier, get it out of there, and I think I'm also going to eventually break these guys apart. I don't think we really need to have these connected anymore, but let's see here. If I jump over and grab elements, I think somewhere there is a detach button, probably over in the edit elements section. Which I swear to goodness I've already rolled past it, haven't I?
I wasn't paying enough attention.
There it is, detach. I knew it was around here someplace. Detach as object, click OK, there we go. Well, I mean, I know that you're not paying attention. You haven't even watched one of these videos before, have you?
I've never watched one single one of these, no.
You see, so he's the perfect person to bring along for the ride. He has no appreciation for what we're trying to accomplish here.
Well, I can see you've done a lot so far.
We have. You can see we've got the legs and working all the way up there. There's actually an error in the feet that either nobody noticed about or nobody's PM'd me about yet, but all the little teeth here inside the gears got shifted over to the right by a few units the last time we were playing with us.
How amateurish.
So, and nobody has PM'd me and said, hey, there's a problem in your feet, which is pretty amazing. Not that people sound like that or anything.
They might do.
So, anyways, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to grab this panel, and we're going to planarize it, because I think it's a little bit out of planar. So, boom, and you see a little bit of adjustment there. And this is probably not a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. We'll pull that out just a little bit to kind of fit things in. And looking at pictures and photos and things, let's see here. I've got my big stack of reference images, and this is actually the studio model. Now, it looks like what we've got is this great big armor plate that's more or less stuck to the side of this thing, and it comes out over the top, but it doesn't go all the way across. It just kind of cuts off right up here. So that's how we're going to model it anyway. So in order to do this, let me get stuff out of my way. Let's grab this face and this face. I'm going to hold down Shift, pull these slightly up into the air. Clone to object is fine. I'm not going to worry about naming them right now. I only name in paid videos. That's terrible. I'm just kidding. Let me get out of sub-object mode here, grab this new piece that we've got, hit 2. Let's see, I've been working on the Advanced Digital Production class a lot lately, and I actually did go through and name all the pieces of my model in that, and I was just like, wow, I don't do this in a lot of videos, and now I suddenly see why.
I've heard both you and Jason lecture us so many times and name the various parts, and
well,
here you are.
And you should. It's just a lot of times, especially when I'm working in videos like this, it's just like, do you guys really want to sit here and watch me type names in?
It's pretty exciting.
I think so, but I think I'm one of a very select few as far as that goes. So let's see here. We've got this. We got a rounded corner here. Maybe a little bit of rounding down here. Let me fly in. We can have a quick look. I know it gets heavily pixelated, but we cut away, and just interesting shapes that we need to kind of get into place one way or another. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's grab edges. So we'll hit 2. Now you did tell me that you have used Max before, right?
Way back in the beginning.
I was saying, what's way back?
Well, 3 or 4 years ago, I think was the last time I used Max in any
that's not too bad.
degree of anger.
Yeah. All right, let's do an edge constraint. I'm going to slide this guy down and pull him to, let's say right about there. And jump back over to these guys. I'll convert this over to an edge ring, connect that. And let's see, I think we can just slide that over. And that should give us something close to our little cutout. Well, we've got to pull this up a little further, I think, maybe. Let's see, do our image planes tell us anything interesting, do you think? Probably not. Oh, look at that. That's
Perfect.
amazing. Absolutely remarkable. So we'll just tug this up, and then we'll end up deleting all of this stuff. This looks okay. Let's pull this over. We'll grab a ring here, connect that. Yeah. I'm thinking. I get picky sometimes about this sort of thing. I know, it's hard to believe.
Shocker.
Thank you. Okay. There's like 4 or 5 different ways I could go about what it is I want to do here, and it's always just whichever one tickles my fancy at the moment. So we'll connect these, slide that in, because I want to be able to slide along edges here to keep everything nice and flush. Yeah. So let's see, if I take this, we can slide that up like so, jump over to polygons, grab these guys, and just hit delete. And that takes care of that. Now, this needs an edge. I think we could probably get away with just grabbing this and sliding it in a little bit. Now that's going to cause an interesting edge up here, unless we come up here and grab this vertex and slide it down too. And we'll clean this up just for good measure. Not that it matters much. And yes, that jump you just saw the viewport take was because I did try to just tap the Z key to undo. And you obviously can't do that in this Autodesk product.
Other Autodesk products are available.
Now, you're not going to turn this into a Maya commercial, are you? You're going to try. I can already tell.
Yeah, here and there, you know.
Yeah, just where it suits you. Okay, now we've got this rounded door, and we actually created these earlier by doing some cuts and then doing some bevels and interesting things like that. But of course, these edges are now going to get in the way, at least temporarily. So what I'm going to do is stop them from getting in the way, at least for a while, and then we'll re-anchor them down later. So let's connect these, slide down the connection edge a little bit. I'm not going to worry that it's a little bit out of whack right now. I don't think that's a problem just yet. Let's shade everything up because too many wires get visually confusing to me. I have a very low attention span at times. Say nothing. All right, and I'm going to hold down Control and click Remove to get rid of those edges. Now, to create our little doorways here, or this, I guess doorway singular is what it is. I'm also interested in what that is, if that's a hole or what. It looks like just another panel. You'd probably build it on top of, like stick another shape in there, and that would work.
It doesn't look anything special when you see it like that.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of hoping it was something special. Okay, well, we're going to get the cut tool. And let's see, maybe we could just start down here. It almost doesn't matter where. We're going to go to about where one of the corners would be, and then to another corner, and then to another corner, and then one more corner. And we're almost done, and then just click here, right click, and there you go. Alright, so now I think with that done, we can switch over to vertices. I'll get out of the cut tool because I often forget to right click and then I keep the thing open, and well, that's just not good. We're going to chamfer these by what is that? 2.19 now. 1.75. I want a number that's easy to remember because I still haven't done it to this corner yet. Can I do it to all corners at once, do you think? Is it going to mess something up? It'll cause weirdness down there, but I can clean up the weirdness later. So let's just click OK, and then let's grab all of these again. I don't know why I wanted to open that. We just want to go to chamfer again. Okay, and of course, yeah, things are still looking strange down there, but we'll get to that in a moment. Well, Ben, I'm glad you were able to make it down, even though you're just going to sit here and silently stare at me while I'm modeling, which I gotta admit is a little freaky.
Well, sorry.
It's okay, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
There wasn't much to see as you did your thing there.
Oh, for a second, I misunderstood you because of your awesome Scottish brogue. I thought you said there wasn't much to see, and I was like, oh, well, thanks. Just sit here and disrespect all of the modeling.
That was going to be my second point,
obviously.
Of
course, obviously. And thank you for that, really.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's see. Let's take this and we'll remove that. And I'm sure we got a stray vertex here that we can... Ooh, I don't want to do that necessarily. We'll just... It won't let me take that one out yet. That's okay. We've got to anchor all of these corners down like what we did over here before things really start to work well for us. For the time being, let me make sure the edge constraint is still on, and I'll slide this guy out of the way. Let's get the cut tool back out. Now, I don't think we have any other major cutaways. We've got some of these weird rain gutter-ish kind of things. I don't know what they're for. Maybe you can hang blasters out of them and shoot at people. I don't know. But we'll slice across here, and these will just be edges from which we will anchor points down later on. And we'll just cut this up to here, move the viewport. And slice this across here. A little bit of an angle won't kill anybody. This all the way up. So, do you get to play with Maya much? I know you're an IT guy.
I am, but only by profession.
Oh. So, I mean, do you get to do much 3D work at all?
Well, I do in my spare time.
I gotcha.
A fair bit of Maya stuff.
Yeah.
But, you've got to remember that normally when I'm watching you modelling or doing something like that, I don't normally get the opportunity to jump in and say something.
I understand. Well, see, and you've got this opportunity now.
I know.
And you're squandering it.
What a waste.
You're not haggling me. You're actually being very well behaved, which is...
I'm waiting for the right moment to...
I understand. To strike.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
When you least expect it.
I'll
be there.
Totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes the Scotsman out of the corner. Wham! Oh, well. Well, here's hoping, anyways. So what kind of stuff have you done in 3D at all? I mean, I'm trying to get you to talk, say something. Talk to the audience, man. They want to hear from you. They don't want to hear from me.
Well, I did your Maya Fundamentals class. I've done most of your advanced modeling class before.
Ooh. Yeah. Actually, I'm interested. Which ones haven't you done?
Well, I kind of lost interest after the NURBS, right when it was getting interesting.
Oh, okay.
I think putting together that head might have been...
A little bit too much for you?
Yeah.
Well, NURBS is not for everybody. And I think they're pretty cool, but only when you need them. And if you don't need them, it's just like, oh, why am I doing all of this?
Absolutely.
I did like that those videos at least made NURBS seem approachable, at least to me. Because, I mean, man, when I first learned NURBS, no. I didn't have anything that nice to use to study from.
No, it was good.
Because I spent a lot of time asking my teacher, so why are we doing this again?
Good to turn the tables and...
Yeah, so now everybody gets to ask me, so why are we doing this again? Well, you see. All right, so that's fine. We were leaving those floating on the edge of the cutaway there. Now, this line is not really there. That actually points out to something over here. And since we're not going to actually have floating 3D text pointing to the escape hatch, which would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be quite nice. Yeah,
that would be an interesting defensive feature. You could use the text to swat down enemy fighters and things. So I think we've got everything we need. Let me pop over here to the perspective view, and we'll rotate around a little bit. Not bad. And let's see. Grab this face, and let's see. Let's start off with an inset, and that looks pretty good. Maybe a little less than that. And click OK. Now, we'll jump over to edges, grab the edge ring, hold down Control, and switch over to faces, and do a quick extrusion. That's perfect. We should leave it just like that.
Done.
Yeah. Pull that down inside just a little bit, and there we go. So it's sticking through to the surface underneath, but since it's really kind of inside of a groove, I don't think that's going to matter at all. And you could adjust the spacing. We could probably actually take the whole piece and slide it out a little bit anyways, because it does have some thickness that we haven't really incorporated yet. Now, back over here for a minute. So let's see. We've got, these over here, to me, they look like the funny little holes that we were chopping in over here. So it's the same principle, and unfortunately we were doing those with Boolean operations. Oh, no, don't you even. If I have one more person from across the pond get on to me about Boolean operations.
Well, let's not talk about them.
Make them any more famous than we have to. But anyways, so we'll do the same thing that we did before. Let's slide this down so we can kind of see where these are going to be placed. Of course, we would have to have it lined up in such a way to make it as complicated as possible. Naturally. Let's grab this guy. Do I still have edge constraint on? Yes, I do, and that's a good thing. So I could just slide this out a little bit.
It was near enough.
That's lovely, isn't it?
No, it's not.
We just kind of tangle up our edges in a really nasty sort of way. Yeah. Oh, I see what happened there. Okay, well, I don't want that to happen again, so let's do this one vertex at a time. Slide that over. It's close. Close to what I want. Something right about there. This, it's on a relatively flat surface, so I don't think that's going to matter much, but I feel the desire to just double check. Make sure everything's okay. I mean, it seems like it's holding up pretty well.
I would agree.
Well, you see right there, that's all that matters. Is that Ben...
Do you need to search any further? I've told you I agree.
Yeah, Ben is really... He's giving his thumbs up, and I think we can pretty much move on from here. Okay. And that was all pointless what I just did there. So
it was.
It was, just so you know. All right, so we'll close that down, get back to what we were doing, which was... Oh, yeah, we were over here doing stuff. Let's see. All I'm doing is I'm sectioning off some polygon faces from which to do the Booleans to kind of constrain things down. So let's see, this edge will work okay. We could use another edge in here to keep things from getting from spreading too far, really, I think is all we're shooting for. If it was me, I would put another one over here on the other side of this and then just split everybody all the way down. But that's if I was modeling. Maybe not if anybody else was.
You do know you are modeling, just...
Hush now. All right. Let's also. Let's see. If I take this guy, I can slide him over, and I keep wanting to hit the Y key to re-invoke the cut tool, and I know that won't work either.
No, it won't.
Not in this Autodesk package, which is going to get to be an old joke here very shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, other Autodesk products are available.
Yes. Available now at your local Autodesk reseller.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Max is cool. You just haven't used it in a while.
That's right. I'm not sure what version it would have been when I last used it.
Oh, really? Wow.
Probably
3 or 4 years ago? It'd be 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah.
I remember when 5 came out, because I cut my teeth on version 4 very briefly, and then 5 came out while I was still learning. And I remember 6, because I was teaching at the Renaissance Center at the time, and I had to sit in on the conference call about all of the new features. And then I wasn't teaching there anymore, and then they just kind of went on without me. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
It's amazing they would continue releasing 3ds Max packages without you like that.
You know that, wow, the sarcasm there was so deep that it actually hurt a little when it came out. I mean, there was almost some pain involved.
Did you think they should hang fire and wait until your next call before they release a new version?
I did, actually, now that you mention it. Thank you very much for asking. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What did I have? Make a 12-sided cylinder and then just bevel it out? Is that what I don't remember. We'll do something fairly similar. I wonder if I could steal geometry and then make a bevel that looked exactly the same. I probably could if I was really clever and careful about it. So let's get out of here. Let's jump over to this piece. Do I have this piece selected? Sometimes it's hard to tell in Max. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. And, let's see. Grab this guy, make an edge ring, and convert that over to faces, and we'll shift drag a copy out. Clone to object. Yeah, that's fine. And let's see. What do we need to do from here? We should probably flip it. That would probably be good. Oh, come on. Select already, would you? Thank you. Alright, so flip the thing inside out. We'll switch over to borders, grab this border, and we'll cap it. And we'll grab this border and also cap it, just to be on the safe side. And I don't know how well it's going to like doing a Boolean with a sheet like this. I know I know that it works sometimes in other packages. That was really nice what it just did there.
Yeah.
Are you impressed? I was impressed. Alright, let's see. Let's jump over and center up the pivot. Slide this over. Pull down our shading so we can kind of see what we're doing, because that's sort of important. Now we're going to have to really push this into the shape to get something close. And shade everything up. Make sure we haven't gone too far in. I think that just barely is going to work out. Okay, so here's the moment of truth, because I have no idea really how well this is going to work, if at all. So we'll go to Compound Objects, we'll grab Pro Boolean, Wrong Object. We've already got a problem, isn't that amazing? We need to grab this piece and then do the whole Pro Boolean thing. Start picking and grab this guy, and it looks like that's actually going to work out pretty well for us. The only catch, though, of course, is that we don't want to do that just yet, because we need a few more copies of this. But now that we know that that's going to work out for us, we can copy this off, confident that this was not the worst idea I've had all day.
No, the second worst.
The second worst idea I've had all day. I'll be invoking the wrath of certain amongst the community, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are oblivious to the ongoing joke, there was one time a long time ago, and I won't mention names and I won't tell a lot of stories, there was once a very severe problem that we ran into because of the use of Boolean operations. And so to this day, we still kind of make light of it and have some fun with it.
Something so innocent.
Yes.
Has such serious repercussions.
Anyways, so we'll grab this guy and pick, and I believe if we get out of here, let's turn off start picking, and if we place these inside the shape appropriately, I think we can add all of these at the same time. Into the same Boolean shape and not have to do anything fancy. So we can push that in, probably right about there, and do the same thing here, and do the same thing here. And that'll probably work out pretty well. Pull that out just a little more just in case, because I'm paranoid. Now if we come back over here, it's still a Pro Boolean, so start picking again. We can add that guy, and that guy, and that guy. And there we go. That's all I really wanted. So now let's convert this over to an editable poly, and we get some really weird excuse me, anchoring that happens, which that always happens. We just need to fix it up on our end so that things don't stay terrible. It's okay if they're terrible for a little while, as long as you make them unterrible. This is the exciting bit where we sit here and just anchor off edges.
It's amazing how these little details have caused so many problems.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is like my favorite part of modeling here, is when you get to sit here and do some silly little inane task over and over again.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. If you don't like doing this, you should probably not consider modeling as a career.
After doing the amount of modeling you have, would you consider modeling as a career?
You know, only if on the stipulation that I could start the job off with a holiday of a couple of years, you know? But I don't know of many folks that would hire you under those circumstances. Like, sure, I'd love to come work for you, but I'd like to go ahead and start my job with a couple of years holiday. We'll call it just an extended sabbatical, and then I'll be right back, and I'll work.
Should be fine.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have a problem with that, surely.
Don't call me Shirley.
Ooh, wow, yes. That razor-sharp wit there. Brought to you by Mr. Benoit. Original, too, because I'm sure none of you have heard the Don't Call Me Shirley bit.
No.
None of you have seen the film Airplane.
It's a little scene film.
I guess. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Don't we have any blow-up dolls in here, though?
That's what you think. You just don't see them.
Well, it's only my first day here. I'll find them.
Okay, we're going to drop that. We're going to let that go. Just for these videos. Maybe on the radio show we'll discuss that in greater detail. Do you notice that these cuts are getting really nasty? Like It says they're on the vertices, but apparently they're not. And what that means to me is if I hit the 1 key, we're going to have all these extra vertices here that I don't need. So that's okay. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and then I'll weld and clean up and do all that here in just a moment. For now, we'll just consider close to be close enough. But the next time around, I'll get rid of all the extra vertices before I do all the anchoring. Okay,
so what caused all those extra vertices then?
The Boolean. That's what did it.
Any particular reason? I mean, does a Boolean normally just chuck extra vertices in for good measure?
Actually, yeah.
That's maybe why they're so hated among some people.
Well, that's true, but see, they're a means to an end. And if you just keep that in mind and realize that even though they're going to do weird things, you have the power as a skilled modeler, hopefully you are one, to clean that sort of thing up and fix it on your own, that it really shouldn't be an issue. I don't know what viewport I just tried to fly off to there, but as long as it's no longer an issue now. All right, I'll just use Target Weld. I love Target Weld. I know you can get it as a plugin in Maya, but it is one of those many tools that I wish came standard in Maya and doesn't.
Coming soon in a new version, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can only hope. Okay. So yeah, it's really tricky for me to get just the right amount of zoom factor in here. Nah, just like anchoring off all the edges, this is just the next part of it all. Because cutting all of these out to the exact same specifications without a Boolean would be a little tedious. Even more tedious than this. I don't consider this to be all that bad.
It's just deciding which sort of tedious work you want to do it, I suppose.
That's a good way to put it. That is modeling, though. I mean, you just summed it up beautifully. Deciding which tedious work you'd like to do as opposed to the other tedious work that you could be doing.
It's the way it gives you choice. It's nice.
Right. It's the flexibility of the application that I really love. Alright. I don't like that it nudged things because that could have just knocked us out of planarity. So we'll cancel that. Oh, my zooming is so deadly close to being useless. That'll work. That looks good. And this needs to be target welded. We'll learn though. On this next hole, we'll delete all of our extra vertices before we go to anchor, and then this won't be a problem. You can just go away. And now we'll weld that one up. Well, hard to say, isn't it? Now let's take that out. Never mind. And we'll pull that out too. And I think that's everyone. Oh, no, yes. Did I see someone? No, okay. I just jumped the gun for no reason. I think that'll do it. Now, what makes these all different? These got beveled. Excuse me. And
what's going on there?
Yeah, it's a little weird kind of problematic bevel that I must have missed last time, and I can't zoom in on it just right. Oh, that is kind of weird. Easy fix, but weird.
Close, but no banana.
But no banana. Mm-hmm. Wonderfully put. Exactly right. It is close.
Banana's coming.
But I have no bananas today. Alright, there's our banana. Now here, we'll just grab... I gotta get on the proper object, and then this would be a much easier thing to do. Grab this. Can we loop it? Yes, it'll loop. That's fantastic. And chamfer that. And okay, so that tells us we have a problem here. What is our problem? Tell me, please, so that I might fix it. How many vertices? 2 vertices right there. And it says it looks like 1. So let's just hit a quick weld. That becomes 1 vertex. And that probably takes care of the issue. So now let's chamfer. And, oh, that looks wonderful. Just pull down the amount. Excellent. All that work just for a little tiny hole in the surface.
Entirely worthwhile.
Yes. Well, I mean, without that hole, I mean, it just doesn't look like an AT-AT walker.
No.
I don't know what it is.
Could be almost anything.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be a model of anything without that. Well, let me go ahead and just get the rest of these wrapped up, and then I think we will have hit a decent stopping point for this evening. So I'll see if I can hurry this along and do it just maybe just a little more efficiently than I did last time. I left Ben wide open for a snide remark there, and he's really got this whole unexpected thing going. As soon as he knows
I'm
that
not going to go for the obvious ones.
Right.
Jeez, that'd be too easy.
If I make it too easy on him, he backs down. That's interesting. Good to know.
You'll get used to it.
I will, sooner or later.
This is just day one.
Uh-huh. Of course, we're very happy to have you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That'll change too.
That will change too, and all in due time. All right, I think we're set here. Let's go ahead and get our little Mighty Mighty cut tool out and cut all this stuff up. So I chased you off of advanced modeling with the awesomeness of NURBS.
Yeah, you didn't chase me off. I just took an extended
hiatus. Yes. Took your own little holiday from advanced modeling. I can't blame you. There's 116 hours of tutorials there. And to make it all the way into the NURB stuff is fairly impressive.
Well, I modelled a pretty good car after everything was said and done, so that came out well enough.
Now, I will say that the hard surface style modeling that came out of the Lamborghini videos, I was very proud of how that turned out. And I see people on the forums using that from time to time, and I always kind of get, well, a little proud. I'm like, hey, look, they're using it. That's just so cool to me. Because I'm sure I'm not the first person to use that technique, but I had never seen it anywhere else. So whoever else was using it, they didn't tell me about it, and I wish they had a long time ago.
Quite a few of these extra vertices hanging about.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep an eye on them, but I'm sure they'll pose a problem here in just a minute. As soon as we chamfer, we'll know if we have any extras. Hey, look, there's new data available in the Communication Center. Thank you.
Fantastic news.
It is. I'm very happy to know that. All right. I think that takes care of that one. Now let's see what the damage is. And surely there's something. All right. Loop. Oh yeah, already, of course.
We have a winner.
Mm-hmm. So I think we can just weld that and call it even. Oh.
It's a nasty corner down there.
That's okay. We'll weld that too. Let's jump back over to edges. Try one more time. Fantastic. Excellent work, everybody. Nice job all around. Okay, so we've only got 2 of these left. I'm so tired of doing these now. I mean, like one was really enough for me. 2 was kind of pushing it. And now at 3, I'm just like, why are we still here? And the reason is because we have to be. Because this is what modeling is all about. It's the little tiny, tedious details that really make everybody go, hey, wow, that's a really cool model. Especially when you can't really zoom in on the problem areas. That's what I love the most.
Does it just clip as soon as you get too close then?
Yeah, it doesn't really like being this close range. It'd probably be easier if I scaled the whole thing up a little bit, but that's okay. I'll survive. Wow. It's funny, it's like one of the few, ooh, that was bad. It was one of the few videos where I'm not just rambling on about random stuff, except for talking to you, of course. Now that's been kind of fun, but you're awfully quiet again. It's like you're just sitting in wait.
Ready to attack.
Ready to attack. No, it's all good.
This is the first time I've done this before.
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely. He's still warming up to the whole thing. Because this is a very interesting environment, sitting here in front of a monitor, watching somebody else work in an application that you don't use. So I think you're doing fantastically. Marvelous job, really.
Thanks.
Okay.
And so sincere with it.
I know. Didn't you like the delivery there? Was it convincing?
Oh,
Were you feeling it?
But no.
Oh. I'll have to work on that then. All right. We'll anchor this over here. Let's take this edge and make it go bye-bye. We don't need that anymore. Let's see. Back to vertices. Come down. Grab the cut tool yet again. Come here. There you are. Thank you. And, oh, you know what? That's a little different than what I've got on one side and the other. Alright, well I can cut you there, and then you go up here. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, this is what it's all about.
It really is.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, just one more of these and the whole thing will be done. I can't wait. It's kind of like waiting for Christmas.
Yeah.
Only
just 1,000 more clicks to go.
Yep. Alright, so that actually was supposed to split down here. So I'll just change that around and then I'll pretend that I did it right the first time.
Good idea. I didn't see anything.
Of course you didn't. You were just sitting here. Perfect. Sort of. Close enough to perfect. I wonder if anybody's still watching, because by now they've all caught on to what we're going to be doing for the next several minutes.
Oh, I mean, I stopped watching about 20 minutes ago.
Exactly. I mean, well, I would have. Ooh, we actually got a loop that worked all the way around. Hang on, this won't work. Oh my goodness, I think it did.
Wow.
I'm actually in a little bit of shock.
That one actually went smoothly.
Shh. Just jinx the next one if we talk too much.
This is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, I'm going to... Oh, yeah. Just millions of extra...
Settle down, folks. We're going to be here another hour.
That's how it goes. All right, well, let's see if I can get through this one as quickly and painlessly as I can. That's what the details are about, though, you know. Try not to be too hard on myself. At least we'll end up with a new plate of armor out of the whole thing when all's said and done, minus maybe a little more detailing here and there. And we can't get rid of that one yet, but we can target weld it in so that it doesn't gripe about it too much. Almost there. Alright, I think we're to a point where we can just start doing our little anchor splits now. Alright, grab the mighty cut tool, and we'll just start down here. These are kind of long cuts for this, but I just always feel better about my booleans if I anchor them out, even if these anchors all end in a flat surface. Now, if this is supposed to be rounded in any way, you wouldn't want to do this. You'd want to anchor these even further, because you could end up with some really weird pinching on non-planar surfaces if you leave vertices hanging like this. But because this is completely planar, it shouldn't pose a problem. I almost did it mentally. I was reaching for the Y key again.
Yeah, you've got to stop it.
It's hard. You use one application for weeks on end, and then suddenly have to make the shift over to another one. It's like, I don't know how to do anything anymore. I had to actually look around for the 3ds Max launch icon earlier. So you could argue that I forgot how to launch the program.
That's a VTM in itself.
Hello everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to talk about how you can launch 3ds Max.
As long as you take it slowly, it should be fine.
It'd be a bestseller, right along with our 6-hour sphere video. Alright, let's chamfer that one, and it looks like that one actually went
two in a
well
row.
too. Now it really is jinxed, I'm sure. And then all these over here, okay, they were just flat on the bottom, so we can just leave them just like that. So let's get out of sub-object mode, let's deselect the thing, press F4 to put our wires away, and just double check. I think it's working out very well.
Looks nice.
So, yeah, I think we've gone a little bit over our half an hour budget for time, but all to the better, because this is looking really good. Let's take a quick look. I want to see our image plane. Yeah, so we've got a couple more things to add in over here. Now, I am curious. Okay, these are just the funny little rain gutter pieces, which we've already got several of up here, so we can just rip some of those off, plug them in down here.
So they stick out rather than...
Yeah, instead of go in. So that's always easier to handle. But we'll take care of that actually in a separate video. So for now, I'd like to thank Mr. Ben Watt for joining us this evening.
You're welcome.
And you guys all have a great night, and we will catch you on the next 3D Buzz video. Take it easy.